Now, considering all the things that I've covered thus far in this series, they're all based upon fact. Why is this new information that nobody else is talking about? Because nobody else has figured this out yet, although it's all rather obvious, and of course it's difficult to make money from this. Far more profitable to say this supplement increases testosterone by 400% and then charge $50 for a month's supply, no? Increased food intake associated with bulking is known to increase insulin production over time. Bulking, whether it's natural or enhanced bulking, results in the accumulation of visceral fat around the organs. Any bulking strategy will inevitably result in gains in fat as well as muscle. And we all know how fat influences testosterone, whether you can see that fat or not. This too is an established fact that cannot be denied. Now stay until the end of the video and I'll make a suggestion that nobody else has ever mentioned on YouTube or anywhere else online when it comes to bulking. Now what baffles me is that nobody has ever connected these things with testosterone depletion or low T in older men before now, when it was all obvious, really. The typical continuous cutting and bulking regimen that the majority of regular gym users seem to be observing in modern times is effectively switching between caloric deficit and caloric surplus on a long-term and permanent basis. Now, being in either caloric surplus or caloric deficit for any length of time has a negative effect on both bodily balance and to testosterone production. And there are countless studies that confirm these findings, and they're easy enough to find if you search for them. Now, combining the two together and being on either one or the other all or most of the time can be catastrophic to testosterone production, especially in the long term. And in reality, fasting, once a week might make a difference, but isn't going to address the problem completely. You are continually putting your body into a state of stress, and your body is unbalanced. There's no equilibrium. It's like a dietary roller coaster, up and down, deficiency or overload. Now, carried out on a long-term basis, this is going to have a seriously detrimental effect. And this is the reality of this kind of dietary strategy. Over time, it will deplete your testosterone levels. This is probably why many gym regulars who've been training for a number of years, long term, who are doing everything right, they've always been natural, never used steroids, they end up with low testosterone, typically after a decade or more of consistent training, and in some cases even less than a decade. Now consider the energy it takes to build and repair the muscles and increase size. Muscle recovery also uses bodily energy stores. Muscle growth also uses up bodily energy stores. Now combine that with either caloric deficit or caloric excess. It's all using huge amounts of energy and utilizing testosterone, and all the while slowly chipping away at testosterone levels on a daily basis. Could be an insignificant amount in terms of nanograms per deciliter each day, unlikely to be noticed on a day-by-day basis, but it all mounts up over time and is usually noticed when it's too late. The constant nutritional deficit followed by nutritional overload probably has an influence over why many gym regulars decide to use steroids. Steroids will no doubt enable you to push through this and continue making size gains. When you have developed your physique naturally to its full genetic potential, then further gains in size or mass become extremely difficult. Any natural guy knows this to be true. Real natural guys, that is. Now, for me, I reached this plateau after 2 to 3 years of gym training, and attempting to push your body past that genetic potential is going to take its toll. I started to feel a lot less motivated, full all the time, with constant state of digestion, and suffered a downfall in energy levels. This is why I abandoned the idea of trying to gain mass and focused instead on stamina, endurance and optimum body functionality. This turned out to be a really good decision. I noticed after only a short while of quitting this that my energy and well-being levels were restored to their normal levels. I now have testosterone levels well above average for my age. Avoiding mass gain, no doubts whatsoever, played a massive part in me having this result. The handful of all-out mass gain guys that I've consulted over this have all had positive results that they've fed back to me with improved energy, improved wellness, and testosterone levels increased back to their optimum levels. These are guys who thought, that TRT was inevitable. If you insist on trying to bulk up, then one thing you could try is to consume some blended foods. Before you dismiss this idea as the ramblings of a crazy guy, consider the brutal logic behind this. Blended food is already broken down and is ready for swallowing and digestion. It's effectively pre-masticated. It's already masticated. It also takes less energy to be digested, meaning more meals can be consumed for less energy. It also means less time spent in a state of digestion. It also allows for increased nutrient uptake, around 5 times more, up to 5 times more, meaning the body and the muscles will receive more fuel and the body will be better able to utilize that nutrition. And this could save you time, enable you to consume more meals for less energy expenditure, and this will correlate to less of a depletion to testosterone on a day-by-day basis. It's all logical if you think about it. Even one meal a day consumed in this way could make a difference. If you are already consuming protein shakes after your gym sessions, then this is already a form of blended nutrition in a sense. If you feel that you must bulk, then this could still produce results with obviously less of a price to pay later on. However, I advise against bulking up too much. The optimum physique for testosterone is a lean, hard, wiry and athletic physique. Now, I always fully masticate all of my food before swallowing it at every single meal. Whenever I'm in company, I notice I'm always the last person to finish eating, and I always take time swallowing my food. I only swallow my food when it is broken down into tiny pieces and is the consistency of a soft paste. Eating an average size plate of food takes me at least an hour to consume because of this. I often add fruit and vegetable smoothies to my diet as well, because this is a great way of increasing nutrient uptake and it's a real time saver. And sometimes I will add meat, fish or eggs to these smoothies to make a complete, easy to digest meal. Now, those of you who were training 20 years ago probably remember tuna shakes. They were all the rage back then. This is a great way to consume food. And despite what you would think, this does not affect the consistency of your poop in any way. You would think it would give you poop that's more runny, but it doesn't. The only noticeable difference you will see is a reduction in the amount of waste that comes out the back end compared to when you do not normally masticate your food enough. But also consider that building size and cutting constantly also places the body under continuous stress. Cortisol is spiked under bodily stress. It's not just limited to mental stress. If you're stressing your body in any way, even training spikes cortisol. Now, this whole process uses up not only energy, but also you got to consider human growth hormone, which the body needs for cell regeneration. Cell regeneration correlates to longevity and the longer term maintenance of testosterone levels. The lean of the species tend to live the longest. Every single cell in your body is constantly being replaced on a regular basis. When you are bulking, your growth hormone output is being directed instead towards muscle growth. When the body is placed under continual stress, it's highly likely that the growth hormone will be redirected away from cell regeneration and instead used for building mass. These are you're effectively adding extracellular content to your muscles. This could explain why guys who pack on mass tend to end up looking and feeling a lot older for their age. Those who inject synthetic growth hormones or steroids to increase their mass tend to age even quicker and look very old for their age. We often see guys in their 20s who look 40-something who are on steroids. The evidence that confirms this is already out there. Cell regeneration, of course, includes replenishment of testosterone levels on a daily basis. You know, testosterone is a hormone. These are hormone cells. It's still all at cellular activity level. So it seems that the ultimate physique for optimum testosterone levels is a slim, athletic physique maintained by a consistent, complete and well-balanced diet. It takes much less energy overall for the body to maintain this physique and results in increased stamina. Instead, your energy is being directed towards vitality, physical performance and stamina instead of increasing mass. This all correlates to the promotion of healthy testosterone levels. This means less depletion of testosterone levels each day on a daily basis and increased stamina, energy and vitality into older age. This can be further enhanced and optimized by fully masticating your food if you don't already. Cutting is known to be bad for testosterone levels, and so is continuous bulking regime conducted over a long period of time. Combining the two together can have disastrous results. Have a good long hard think if you happen to be observing this kind of regime right now, or if you're thinking about doing it. Maintaining good levels of stamina, energy and vital force will help you to keep higher testosterone levels as you age. Stamina and endurance correlate to having increased energy and vitality levels. Energy, vitality and testosterone are all related. When levels of energy and vitality are good, testosterone levels will follow suit. The best and most ideal physique for testosterone is the lean, athletic and wiry physique. This is the ideal physique for testosterone. This is the tried, tested and proven protocol that cracks the code of optimized testosterone levels that can be maintained into older age. Now, I will be adding more content to this series in the coming future, so stay tuned for more. Subscribe and follow.